Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are continuing our Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough. We had left off in the Underdark. I had just come back to camp to long rest. I came back to the camp up top because I just prefer the camp. I'm not a big fan of the Underdark camp. It's very divided up. It's hard to see all the companions and see who needs to be talked to. But we have Volvo, because we had just rescued him from the goblin camp at the end of the episode. I think 2 episodes ago now. Yes, we can trade with him, and he has his ring. This is one of the better rings in the game if you're going to be running a life cleric. Or just in general. It's nice just getting a free bless that can't be removed by breaking concentration. Okay, he mentioned Halson, but we don't have an option to ask about him. So the plan for this episode is to get into the Emerald Grove. Hopefully. I think we're going to, since we went into the goblin camp, typically what happens after that is that whole cutscene with Lae'zel trying to kill us. So we'll see. This episode might end up being cutscene heavy. Yeah, dude, you should totally look in my eye. Please do. I don't think I'm gonna because we're definitely gonna have him remove the eye. I don't think he does it right now. I think we have to long rest. And then he'll be like, oh, I read a book. I know exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, just get rid of it, please. I'm pretty sure... No, I know that he gives you an eye that lets you see invisibility, which is a huge help against the Dwegar in the Underdark. We're either feeding that one to Gale or selling it. Gale's probably gonna eat it. We don't have a bard on our team, so there's no use in having that. Yeah, we're getting the, oh, we're all about to become a Lithid cutscene. Yeah, and we'll just wipe it from our brow. That's what I do in real life when I'm sweating like crazy, is I just endlessly wipe my forehead. Usually to no avail. Oh, yep, here she is.
Can you feel it crawling through you? Tendrils squirming in your chest, gripping your heart, piercing your belly, your bones popping, your flesh swelling. I can. I see it in you. I feel it in me.
Are you sure you feel it in you?
I will be quick with my blade.
It's just a fever. At least it just feels like a fever. According to the descriptor, or the narrator, I should say. I don't know where I got descriptor from. Yeah, I think the best chance we'll have here is medicine, because our charisma is awful. Yeah, there we go. But because there was a few things in the Druid Grove that we didn't wrap up. Like, I'm pretty sure we never went and saved Mirkon from the harpies. I'm sorry if I keep butchering names. I am not very great at English. I'm not super proficient in it. Oh, it's just forcing us straight into bed. No one wants to talk. We are all sick. Yeah, this cutscene. We get to see our lovely creation from 8 episodes ago now?
I came just in time.
9 episodes? I think this is episode 9. I always have to go and double check myself before I actually, post the episodes. Ah, yes, our lovely, orc lady with her beautiful beard. She actually looks better in this than she did in the character creator. I don't always go for very ugly, but I do typically try to aim for very ugly or very unique looking.
Don't worry.
Hitting random a bunch typically gets you something pretty ugly.
Not while I'm around.
For some reason, it likes the neon makeup. Yeah, I'll take the hand. If you're playing as the Dark Urge, because my other run that's not honor mode, is playing Dark Urge for like the second time and actually kind of leaning into it a little bit, which is scary. I don't like doing it. When she offers you the hand, you can, quote, imagine hacking it off, and I just had to pick the option. I was like, huh, I wonder what happens here. No, she just goes, she just basically childs you for it. She's like, your urges aren't going to get us anywhere. If anything, they're actually going to make this horrible to work with you. Like, stop. Yes, the big reveal. I actually don't know what this is. If anyone knows, please let me know. I guess I could research it. Considering by the teeth, I would assume it's a Githyanki, like a dead Githyanki god.
You can change that, but only if you embrace
Maybe
your
the mother to
potential.
Orpheus. I don't know why she'd be so big. But it is still quite an interesting battlefield.
The enemy is closing in. I will be back.
Oh, why, thank you. Just shove me back into my own body, I guess.
I promise.
Unless she, well, I guess she teleported our body there. I don't think that was just in her mind. I think she teleported us into the astral plane to do that. Alright. I'm not going to talk to anyone about it. No one has things over their heads, so I'm just gonna ignore them. We have a lot of buffs to give ourselves, but first, someone wants to talk. Oh, no, dog. Must pet dog. Who's the best boy? I don't like playing characters that don't have speak with animals. I just like being able to talk to the animals. That's why I often play a druid. I think druid or cleric is my most played class. Though I have, I am currently playing a Dark Arch fighter, and I did immediately pick up the perk that lets you cast ritual spells. I think Ritual Caster for Speak with Animals, and I think Speak with Dead's the other one I grabbed.
My research turned up a rather brilliant technique that seems quite actionable.
Why, thank you. I'm glad you can read a book.
Behind the orbital socket. I could attempt an extraction. I've a needle in my tunic after all.
Of course you do. Yes, please. We will go with this. I might cut this part out because it gets pretty gross.
Vola carefully holds one of your eyes open.
Yeah.
Begins to prod. He pauses.
Yeah, it gets pretty gross.
Slightly as it sinks into the mud.
And there goes my eye. Oh, look at me. I guess I passed out, would be my assumption from the pain. He did perform surgery without any anesthetics whatsoever.
There appears to be an amount of cosmetic damage.
Do we yell at him? I always feel bad yelling at him.
Yes, quite.
We'll just be pretty chill about it and be like, yeah, I can't seem to see out of one of my eyes there, sir.
Can't help but feel partly responsible. Perhaps there is something more I can do.
Yes, please, tell me. Why, thank you. That looks lovely.
Take this.
I will say,
Superior relic.
it's so cool that it has like those gold markings on it while he's holding it, but once he actually puts it in your
It was.
eye, it loses those.
I'm sure you'll sort out your
I'm just saying, they should stay. It would be cool to have gold jewelry on one of my eyes.
Terribly sorry, my friend. Tom.
Bye for now, sir. And then he just runs off into the distance. So yeah, we now have permanent sea invisibility, which is a very awesome buff to have. Especially in Act 3. Alright, let's re-roll you. Yeah, you're still 17 wisdom. I think we're going to go life cleric with her with a 2-dip into Adoration Wizard for the shield. And just basically make her the team tank. Because she can use Warding Bond on everyone, which then gets her Abjuration shield using that. So she takes less damage from the Warding Bond. But we're going to start Life Cleric early game. Just having the extra heals is extremely helpful to me in fights. So hopefully the team will look more like... We have our ranged DPS with Lae'zel, our tank with Shadowheart here, and then our melee DPS with myself as the Barbarian. Yeah, 16 intelligence should be fine. We need, like, solid intelligence, but it doesn't need to be maxed out. Yeah, there we go. Wisdom high, because wisdom goes into our... Yeah, I think Life Clerk adds their healing with Preserved Life. I think it adds your wisdom modifier. We definitely want... Nah, actually, I never use that. I know everyone says to, because it does double the damage on your frost and lightning spells. But we don't really have that quite yet. That's more of like around level 6 that starts happening. So there's no point using it this early in the game. And I tend to either restart playthroughs, if I'm being honest, or lose honor mode runs about midway through the game. Like, the ending of Act 1 gets pretty tough with the crash fight. And then getting into the Shadow Cursed lands. I'm usually okay in the Shadow Cursed lands. Like, I don't really struggle with too many of the fights. I usually get through them. It's just Ketheric. Ketheric has ended probably 80% of my honor mode runs. The only time I got through him was because of Asterion, actually, as a rogue. A rogue/ranger, because at that point he'd gotten the sneak attacks, so getting in a sneak attack plus all of the extra attacks on top of being like the bonus starting one from being a dread ambusher and then the double attack from level 5 ranger, he just did so much DPS that it wasn't an issue. Alright, I'm gonna buff a bunch of stuff. Alright, we have a lot of buffs. We have Longstrider, we have Aid, Gale has his mage armor up. I just realized we're still all in our beginner's gear. Granted, we're only level 3 or 4. 4. Alright, let's head into the Grove, and we'll start making our way down to Mirkon. I'm sure we'll get cutscenes on the way, but we'll see. Oh. Dude, we literally just got in the gate. I was like, you know, I have a feeling we're gonna run into some conversations and such on the way. Apparently. Yeah, we'll give you... You know, maybe, is this the amulet? No. I know I have an amulet somewhere that just lets you cast Detect Thoughts. This one? Yeah, you can take this one. That one's pretty useless, and it was only like $35 or something like that. I just don't have great armor for anyone right now. I'm starting to build up some money. Maybe after the harpies we can raid their chest. Plus the one if you hop across the pillars. And see about getting Shadowheart a heavy armor set. Because Damien will sell a good one. Yeah, you're among friends, Gale. You're fine. Right? I think that's kind of the best option here.
Just be about to remedy that.
Oh yeah, you approve. There you go.
To know who I was,
I usually don't have Gale on my team.
who I really am.
I don't use him very often. I know it's a crime. I'm sorry. He is a solid character, but like my first 4 playthroughs I had him on my team, and since then I've just been trying to play around with other characters. The only one that I haven't played with much is Jaheira.
The goddess Mistra.
And Mixed, actually. I totally just mispronounced that, I'm pretty sure.
In time she became my
Just because you get them so late. I have played with Halcyon. Like, I got attached to the whole team.
Oh yes. We enjoyed each other's company. Body, mind, and soul.
Dude's just casually like, yeah, I straight up screwed a god.
We mortals can become
Why would I not have? I'm quite proud of this.
service of
Like, dude, chill.
Mistra.
Like, I appreciate you being upfront and honest about it, but
There are boundaries she doesn't let us cross. Yet, every time
there's no need to be so like, oh, look at me. I'm such a great macho person who can do no wrong. Well, I guess he's calling himself the villain of the tale, but he has no remorse about it, is more so what I'm saying. He has more so remorse that he failed to meet his own expectations. Instead of, oh, I betrayed her trust in me and her love in me. He's more so just,
tried to convince her,
I'm upset with myself.
pleaded, swore my ambition was only to serve her better. She only smiled and
He's more so just, I'm upset with myself for
unbelievable as it seems to me now, I shared a bed with a goddess.
not being better than I am.
Satisfied.
Like, dude, you just need to, like, calm down, slow down, learn to appreciate what you have and things in front of you instead of just endlessly striving for
Would you rather head straight
going above and beyond in everything. I understand that's what makes you such a great wizard. Yeah, sure, tell me the full story. I do enjoy hearing the full story.
very well?
Mostly just for like 1 or 2 lines that I think are just great.
A very long time ago, a mighty lord lived in a tower. A flying tower, to be precise. I'll save his history for another time, but the gist of it is that he sought to usurp the goddess of magic so that he could become a god himself. He almost managed, but not quite. His entire empire, Netherrealm, came crashing down around him.
You think they're gonna close that gate behind us?
The magic that was unleashed that day was
I think because we're still in the tunnel, they're leaving it open.
roiling like the pride
I'd imagine they'd want that closed as much as possible.
even the weave itself.
Also, I don't know how the goblins haven't found this area. Like, the gate's not that well hidden.
To the mortal realms until the day
You go from all stone to suddenly wood.
she restored the weave, reuniting all its scattered shards.
There's another entrance into the the grove that's significantly more well hidden.
Netherese tome in which a piece of the fractured weave had been
So like they're
sealed
perfectly
beyond
capable of making stuff very well hidden.
What if, I thought, what if, after all this time, I could return this lost part of herself to the goddess?
This line, I guess he ruled out flowers and chocolates altogether.
My gestures can never be grand enough.
I love my flowers and my chocolates.
Draped in
I think every woman does.
trying to take me by the hand and
Instead, this dude's like, hey,
forbidden domains. I was mistaken.
the villain that completely destroyed your existence and your being, and you had to spend all of this time and effort piecing stuff together. Let me go find a piece of his magic and give it to you.
Place your hand over my heart. Let me show you.
Like, I'm sure she was aware that piece existed and was like, you know what, it's sealed away. I'm not dealing with it. Basically, instead of chocolates, you were like, here are problems.
You see through Gale's
I will always take chocolates over problems.
bound and suddenly opened. Inside there are no pages, only a swirling mass of blackest weave that pounces. Its teeth, its claws, it's unstoppable as it digs through and becomes part of you.
I guess he was trying to be responsible and be like, hey, look, I found this lost piece for you, but which in and of itself can be sweet.
Thankfully, the moment I absorbed the fragment wasn't enough to kill me outright.
The sediment was there, but he didn't fully think it through.
This netherese blight, this orb, for lack of a better word, is balled up inside my chest.
I guess it bothers me because at the end of the day, that's something that he should have discussed with her, and it should have been a them decision, you know.
Remains quiet. We're never to fully
I guess it's different when it's a goddess. The power dynamic is very different. Yeah, just go on. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Given my studies of netherese magic, say even a fragment as small as the one I carry, it'd level a city the size of Waterdeep.
You thrice damned rotten bastard. You've been the greatest threat to our lives all this time.
Am I just coming to the realization that Gale was potentially in a cult
Admit I am now.
and got into a relationship with the cult leader?
Best if I leave. Put as much distance between us as I can
Huh.
before the orb erupts.
I've never thought about it that way before. Well, that makes so much more sense now.
Chance upon a
Why he was so, like,
magical artifacts around the corner.
trying to please her
With a miracle round the
behind her,
Then again,
even though his intentions were good.
all of this, it must feel like a betrayal. Say the word, and we'll part ways.
I wouldn't call it a betrayal, dude. Like that, how do you tell someone that, like, hey, I have a bomb strapped to my chest?
A great relief indeed.
Well, inside my chest,
Steals my own. From
that I can't do anything about.
heart, I thank you. I thank
Also,
you
we
all.
might all just suddenly become monsters at any
You
given
stand
moment.
against me. I'm humbled
Like,
if you stand with me. Either way, I
not a
will
good
my best.
situation, and stakes and stress are very high.
Stand
We're all
up
basically
precipice.
torn from our lives and given a death sentence.
Neither shall I.
I can understand us being a little,
I'll resist
unsure
as long as I can.
and not very open to clear communication initially.
The sound of my own voice. Let us venture forth.
Alright, let's carry on. I am going to sell stuff, but we'll cut that out. Alright. Oh, we never spoke to their parents.
You ever
Or
stand behind us
Arabella's
again,
parents.
I'll feed you to a knoll. Mom, I'm fine. Stop it.
Our little Hellion told us what happened. Thank you.
Of
Don't
course.
know what we'd do without her.
And can't let a little child be hurt by mean lady with a snake. Yeah, we'll just say I hope you meet under better circumstances.
Arabella?
Thank you for helping me.
Of course. I have tried ignoring them so they still have this amulet. Well, in Act 2, but that does nothing. It doesn't change anything. Oh. Oh my god, I completely forgot that you can spawn here. I haven't seen you spawn here in forever, dude.
My, what manner of place is this? A path to redemption? Or a road to damnation? Hard to say, for your journey is just beginning.
I have a love-hate relationship with this man.
Suits the occasion.
He's like one of the best written villains. I swear.
Words to a lullaby, perhaps. The mouse smiled brightly. It outfoxed the cat. Then down came the claw. And that? Love. Was that?
I love how he opens with that
They
line.
do know how to write them.
And eventually down the road, you can kind of flop it so he's the mouse and you're the cat.
I'm Raphael.
When in the situation, I'm pretty sure he's insinuating that, he's the cat. I might be wrong about that, though. I feel like this would all go over her head, and it would just, she'd be like, oh, hi, friendly face, I'm Tav.
I'm sure. In more ways than one. We should have a chat, you and I.
Did you see me just look away there? I guess a butterfly distracted me. She was like, "Ooh, look, butterflies." Oh wait, I'm speaking to a man. Oh, there, the room finally loaded in. Took it a second. I feel like she'd be freaked out and just be like, "Take me back now." Or would I say nice decor? I usually just say, "Oh, nice decor." Yeah, I feel like she'd just be like, "Take me back now. I'm confused." And I want nothing to do with it.
This is the house of hope, where the tired come to rest and the famished come to feed.
It does look like a really good meal. Maybe not so much the pig's head. That's not necessarily my preferred meat. But everything else looks great. I just personally really like option number 4. And it does have the least amount of words, and that's kind of been a theme with us. So yeah, I'm just gonna ignore him and take my food. I'm completely ignoring this threat to my life, which actually does seem a little out of character, but free food is free food on honor mode.
Makes the next part that much more straightforward.
She's like, "Oh, I see clearly now. This is a demon."
The devil you do. Am I a friend? Potentially. An adversary? Conceivably. But a savior? That's for certain.
Yeah, I feel like we would draw our weapon, right? I don't care what you are. I care what you want is what I usually pick, but I've never picked draw your weapon. I don't know what his reaction is going to be to this.
Easy. I'm here to help, not harm. Consider
Okay.
your predicament.
He's like, "Well, calm down. I understand you're a barbarian, and there is now a fiend in front of you, and it makes perfect sense that you would just be like, oh, wait, I'm a barbarian. I know what I'm supposed to do in this situation. Murder." That's clearly a monster. Yeah.
And what is
You're insane, dude.
a denial of reality? Still,
You come in here talking about cats and mice, and I don't understand it, and I want nothing to do with you.
it's changed for you. Try to cure yourself. Shop around. Beg, borrow, and steal. Exhaust every possibility until none are left. And when hope has been whittled down to the very marrow of despair, that's when you'll come knocking on my door. Hope.
Oh, the demonic laugh. His actor did such a good job. And he's just well written. How do we respond to this? Do we just go violence? I am tempted to go violence. I usually avoid it. I think my most answered is number 1. Yeah, let's go violence.
Ah, yes, the tongue. Yet another piece of pleasurable anatomy you'll soon have to do.
I usually try to keep the option open with him. Like, make him think we're playing along until the end.
Thundering skin
Just
dissolving
like to keep my options open.
manifested yet, have they? One might say you're a paragon of luck. I'll be there when it runs out.
Yep, there's our bread. Alright. Let's get going down here. Yeah, this is black on the mini-map. We have not saved him. I didn't think we did. Let's see. I usually try to drink one of these, because it gives us advantage against Charmed. Yeah, you have the worst wisdom, so we're gonna give this to you. And then that's the only one of those I have? Yeah, it is. Alright. We did give you protection against good and evil. Oh, did I not? I don't think I did. Okay, let's change that. Because protection against good and evil is really good. I guess we'll drop command. Because it makes you immune to charmed. So let's use that. Yeah, we'll use it on Lazelle. She's one of our bigger damage dealers. Alright. Well, let's get going then. We'll jump over that on the way back. I just have to remember. I mean, it's just a dug up chest. It usually doesn't have anything great in it, but always nice to check. I feel like I'd be like, hey you, you're in water. Yeah, we'll try to hear. Of course I failed the nature check. She's like, ooh, music. I'm definitely struggling against this. I don't want to start the round. Well, actually, I don't think this has any bearing on whether or not you start the round Lord or not. Oh my goodness. I had no idea this had a Barbarian option. Drown the harpies with a roar. Yeah, that's very Barbarian coded. Definitely guidance on that. Oh, wait a second. Did I just use Shadowheart's guidance instead of Lazelle's? I guess we'll see in a second. Yeah, I did. I did use Shadowheart's guidance instead of Lazelle's. Well, so much for half of that setup. Of course, I'm Lord. I'm not surprised, but hopefully the potion should kick in and help significantly with not. Did everyone but Shadowheart get Lord? Yeah, she's focused on guidance. Oops. Well. Oh, thank God. Okay. I was like, okay, this might end badly for us then. Do we magic missile? Cloud of daggers? No, I feel like one of us is totally gonna walk through that. And with my luck, it would be Mirkon. Let's just see if I can't push you back so I can reposition. No? Okay. Well, we're just going to heal then. Alright. I think that's enough for you. We'll move you a little closer and let's do this. No, this needs to be like at the person. It's a touch spell. Okay. Well, next option. Oh, we have silence, don't we? Or do we do this? 55%, that's not great. Yeah, let's just silence them. Because this should break her concentration. And prevent us from getting lured. Perfect. Awesome. And then let's heal. I did not mean to click that. No, heal. Level 2 on Tav. Because we're not raging yet, so our AC is going to be the lowest. Alright, get out of here, kid. Run! Flee! Awesome. Alright, we're bow user. Let's move over here. And then I want to use... Where is it? Heal, definitely. While I'm thinking about it. Piercing arrow. Get both of you. Nice. And let's do that a second time. Get them as low as we can. Oh, damn. Okay. That was quite a bit of damage. We got 2 of them at low health already. Probably just 1 or 2 more hits for each of them. Let's definitely rage. Get big. I've been really enjoying Giants so far. I still think Berserker might be a little better. I don't know. I need to get a little deeper into the subclass. Because I know at some point we get kicks as our bonus action. Which could be really powerful, I think. We'll see. Alright, let's get him out of silence so we can cast spells. Because he's in fact a wizard. That's all he's good at. And let's definitely Scorching Ray you. Please stop singing. Thank you. Nothing else to do? No, and his health isn't too bad, so we don't need to heal him up too much. Oh no. They're very determined to sing. Let's hit you. Yeah, this should hopefully kill. Awesome. That was nice, Shadowheart. And then we can heal. Probably Tav again. Nice. And she is wearing the Whispering Promise ring, so that should be giving us a bonus to hitting things as well. Alright, I guess we're going to have to swap into melee here. No miss? Only 7 damage. Lae'zel. I know you're built for ranged. You shouldn't be in melee right now. There we go. And then, can I jump up here? Yes, I can. I love high strength characters. It is excellent. Why, hello. There's nothing else I can do, but hello. It is nice that they do have the water on the battlefield. Have your movement. Sometimes it's really annoying, but sometimes it's actually really nice when people get lured like that. Oh, perfect. Why did everything... Just that was a lot of menu pop-up for a second there. Alright, Lae'zel, what are we doing with you? Let's see. I think we can... No, we're not getting anywhere near you. Are we jumping up there? Can we jump? No? It showed for a second her being able to. Oh wait, you're ranged. Actually. We don't want to jump. We want to shoot. This is the problem, is I'm going to keep forgetting that she's ranged because I've played probably 80 games with her as I hit things hard instead of I shoot things hard. Let's see, you are flying, but will you take fall damage? I am very curious. I've never had the opportunity to push one of you off of a cliff. Oh, nice. I was actually not expecting that to work. I was like, you have wings, you'll be fine. But apparently not. Alright. He's about to pull us into cutscene, so I'm just going to stay here. How are you doing, kid? It's alright, they're all gone. Their bodies are literally laying around us. Yeah, take a deep. Take a deep breath. We'll be fine.
That's what the voice said.
Of course that's what the voice said.
Got to the nest, but the singing. I need to get back. Mole will be so mad. Wait,
She'll be mad you almost died.
meet Mole. She'll be grateful you helped me. Find a boy called Donny. Tell him you
I guess so.
dragons.
Or just, I'm assuming she meant mad I didn't get the treasure. Alright, of course Gale wants to speak again. Endless cutscenes with him. Let's just jump over all this water. Well, actually. Come here, Gale.
That scamp reminds me of myself when I was a nipper.
Of course he does.
Getting into trouble.
I like picking 2, but he usually disapproves of it. So we're gonna go with you met a lot of harpies.
One time, my parents denied me a kitten.
Because I can 100% imagine him as a handful as a kid.
Beautiful
In a good way, though.
benefits of a wizard's education, you see. Of course,
Dude, you don't need to gloat to me. Such as, I guess. Yeah, because I wish the other one didn't have that second question. Because I don't want to encourage him, but I don't want to be rude either. He does get very happy when you're like, go ahead, continue your story. He's very enthusiastic and happy. Alright, I think we're going to end it here. Just because this has gone on for quite a while. I think this is like 2 hours of footage. Granted, I spent a lot of time in menus. But thank you for what are you doing? Girl, why do you think you're holding your weapon? Oh, whatever. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys next week for the next one. Bye for now.